Good morning, everyone. Susan Gerbic from Psychics Explained. I am about to start video number 3 in our series of 11 that were all recorded on the same 90-minute gallery reading with Matt Fraser. I woke up this morning to look and see if you are watching the videos and if you're commenting on the videos, and you are. And I'm receiving positive feedback from you. Also, some very nice comments, and I really appreciate that. That's what keeps me going. I also wanted to let you know that I received an email from a woman who was quite distraught with my coverage of Matt Fraser a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to remember. I'm not going to tell you her name, but she had related to me that she thinks Matt Fraser is doing a really good job, and he's the kind man, and that he is really helping a lot of people. And would I please back off? Please just leave him alone, because she doesn't want me to hurt his career. And I mean, I get her compassion. I wonder about her thoughts of the amount of power Susan Gerbic, and this YouTube channel actually have to ruin a career of a psychic medium. Possibly. I think that we are having an impact, but I've got 2,000 subscribers on this channel and growing. I get 100 views, 50 views on a video. I don't think that's enough to really harm somebody, but I wrote back to her and explained that, these are professional mediums. They're on TV. They deserve criticism and scrutiny in the same way that somebody who would be a professional, a doctor, per se. If a doctor is a good person in life, you like them, you hang out with them, they make really good cannoli, and they're just nice people. And yeah, sometimes they do well and they give good advice, but other times they're just not doing a great job with their medicaling. So they should be, if they're not producing what they should be, if they're not really going to the standards of their occupation, they should be held accountable. And Matt Fraser has decided to make himself a public figure with a TV show and so on, and he's releasing these videos. So, I think he should be able to handle it. If he can't, well, then that's fine. Go back to being an EMT, or maybe he could be a fashion designer or something. I don't know. We were just talking about his clothing. Where do they buy this stuff? These outfits with the wings and the gold and the sequins? Is it like Grief Vampires R Us, or is it like what are those faith healers that used to be on TV all the time in the 70s? Do they have outlets made for people who are entertainers? Anyway, so we're going to start video 3. I have a busy day today, but I'm going to try to get as many of these done as possible, because I have another series of recordings from Matt Fraser that I'd also like to do. I really like looking at a series of videos, and you guys can see that in my channel. There's playlists that show that I will do, 5 or 6 videos, all recorded on the same day within the same gallery set. I think it's more interesting to look at it that way and in order, because you get a better feel for that type of psychic medium's readings. So far, we're about to start video 3, and the first 2 there have been miscarriages or a child over there, and in both cases, he's claimed they're miscarriages. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that in this. And it's kind of fascinating that he sees so many miscarriages and so on, because you know how common a miscarriage is. And he doesn't say it's your miscarriage necessarily. He'll say it's your child, or is this your child? Or, it could be grandma's child, mom's child, aunt's child, sister's child, and their soul is over there. Very interesting. These are common tropes. Anyway, so today we're going to watch a very interesting group of 2 sisters And this really, her name is Lisa and her sister. And their dad comes through. And it's really interesting how these are like super fans of Matt Fraser's and they get this reading. Now, the people are chosen on screen by, I believe, Matt's team. They're not hot reading. They're not looking at their information. They're not looking at their emails. They're just looking at the people on screen who are watching the event. They can see us as sitters sitting there waiting and hoping to get chosen. And they almost always choose couples, two or more people on screen. Very rarely do they choose one person on the screen. So, as I pointed out in some of the other videos, there's 11 in this series, and 9 of them are multiple people on screen. And one of those 2 remaining ones starts out with a woman by herself, but ends up with her and her husband. So they might have seen that there was another person in the room, but when she first comes on screen, we only see just her. So actually, out of the 11 readings, 10 are in groups. And the reason why we believe that they are choosing people who are multiples is because he is cold reading. And when you're cold reading, your odds of getting a hit are higher when there are multiple people in the room that you're reading. That in case he calls out something like Chris or Roger or Jose, they're going to say, oh, that's not mine, but it might be, but it's my sister's boyfriend, or it's my, the person who's in the room with me's best friend. So Matt talks about this on the intro, and I've cut out the intro and haven't shown you that, but he talks about this, about the people say, oh, it can't be for the person in the room with me because they didn't buy the ticket. I bought the ticket. And he's like, well, your dead don't know who bought the ticket. They're not looking at that. It could be anybody in the room. One time he was talking, gave an example. It was somebody elsewhere in the house. I mean, does that mean that if the mailman comes by and he's dropping off mail, the dead might actually just glom onto the person who's delivering the mail? I mean, somebody's out mowing the lawn out in the front yard. I mean, is there a radius? How do we measure that? Is there some way of putting out like an epicenter? Is it the Zoom screen? Is it the person who bought the ticket? And then there's a radius that we can measure. We could put out a giant measuring stick and see within this measurement how many people can actually get the reading from the dead who went. I mean, come on, it gets silly if you start talking about it like that. But this is what they're saying. Matt talks about this, and others do as well. It could be somebody else, like be hopscotching with hop, skip, and jumping with somebody else in the other row. It could be that, or no, it could be this. And pay attention to Matt talking all the time. At the same time, he's supposed to be hearing the dead. At the same time, he's supposed to be listening to the person who he's on screen with. It's really interesting. And then probably his team members are giving him feedback or something too at the same time. I don't know. I can't tell. But if this guy has a superpower, it's the ability to pay attention to multiple things happening at once. In a way, I mean, a dead person is speaking to him, and not only one dead person, but multiple dead persons. He's always saying how they're all here trying to get my attention. So he's got the dead person he's supposed to be seeing right now, and the other dead people, and the person on the screen. I mean, it's wild. What a talent he has. All right. So this video that we're going to watch is 10 minutes. So I'll break it up a lot with my comments. I really hope to hear your comments because there's a lot of things that I'm going to miss that you're going to get. These 2 people he gives a longer reading to, well, partly because they're really into it, you'll see. And they are like high energy, and there's 2 of them. And they very, very, very badly want this reading. So this is kind of they're talking to each other. They seem like a crack up. I'd like to hang out with these women. They seem like really fun people to hang out with. Anyway, here we go. Video number 3 in the series of 11.
here. Thank you. And this is crazy. This is how it works. As I'm connecting with you, right? I'm connecting with people. I'm also hearing the other souls that are here as well. So like even right now, I see that there's Lisa that's here. Is that Lisa Moisa that's here? And I kept hearing about this father that's there, that's in spirit, that's on the other side with you, because I keep hearing I'm the father, and this is how they come to me. I get so excited. I gotta tell you, what's so amazing is that your loved ones get just as excited as I do to come through and speak. Lisa, where are you?
Hi. We're so happy. Woo! We prepared his favorite dinner. So we played his song.
What? You made his dinner tonight?
Yes, we made his favorite dinner and we played his favorite song. And we made sure we had applesauce. Applesauce, he loves it. I made sure my sister was here because you said sometimes they wait until important people are here.
Listen, you did all the right things because he's here. Because the minute I was connecting,
Happy Dad.
Your dad was coming through and he's like, I gotta come through. He's like, my girls are here, I'm the dad. And you know what's crazy is that the moment I'm connecting with him, he's such an active spirit. I love your dad because he was a people person here in this world. He shows me he was very high energy. He used to love to flirt here in this world. He loved his women, but he also says to me, I loved my wife. And he's telling me when I'm connecting with him that on the other side, he wants to let you know that he is finally free from illness. Because when I'm speaking to this man, this was a man who had suffered before his passing. He shows me that this affected his circulation, affected his whole body. And at the end, he's even showing me it affecting his legs because he talks about like not being able to get up, not being able to move. And he says, tell my girls, I have my legs back.
No, I know. He's free. He's pain-free. That's how we always pictured him, like that. He's young, and he's got the pompadour, and he's happy, and he's got energy.
I want you to hear everything from your dad. He is stepping forward, and he shows me him all dressed up, and I need you to know this, because what was so hard was that your dad was a fighter. And when I'm connecting with him, he was determined to stay alive, even though the doctors told him he was running out of time. He shows me that he fought, and he hung on, because he was so afraid of leaving you both. He said to me, I loved my life so much, Matt. I loved my life so much. And what I want you to know is he wants to thank you for the great care that you took of him before he had passed away. He actually is talking about reaching you in the form of music. He tells me he uses songs on the radio to connect with you. So have you been hearing songs that remind you of your dad?
Yes.
You know that that's real because he's saying to me, Matt, it's me. It's really me. And wait a minute. I need you to think about this. He keeps showing me this vision. Okay, he keeps repeating it to me, so I'm going to get this right. He was talking about custom keys that he made.
Okay, before we get to the custom keys part, which is, I am sure that our dead loved ones are over wherever that is and can't wait to have a conversation with us about custom keys. Come on now. Anyway, so these women are high energy. They badly want to see their father. I'm not showing you. I've blurred them out because these are private readings, so you can't tell who these people are, and their names are blurred out as well. I mean, her name is Lisa, but what good is that for you guys or for their privacy? They are in their 60s, late 60s, something like that. And very clearly they want to hear from their dad. So I mean, it's either your mom or your dad, usually. Well, I shouldn't say that. He does a lot of different things, but I mean, there's only so many things. An older person, an older male, older female, a younger male, a younger female, a baby. I mean, that's about kind of where they go. And then they narrow it in from there. So these women are obviously high energy. They're very into it. They had his favorite meal. They made applesauce, which was his favorite, and on and on. So the father's energy is going to be, in quotes, is going to be high energy because these daughters are also high energy. And this stuff about they're sending you music, it just really bothers me because, and it probably bothers you too, because we hear music all the time. Our life is surrounded by music. And of course, music is going to remind you of somebody else, considering you had a long lifetime with that person. And there is music that they heard also. I mean, just this last weekend, I was in Vegas for a very Vegas skeptic camp. We went to the Neon Museum. And while we were there, we had went to an event called Brilliant, and it played all this old music from the 30s and 40s. And I teared up. My parents have been gone for a long time. My dad died in 89 and my mom died in 2008. And I watched her die. And, so I was right there, and it is something else. Let me tell you. Anyway, um, they were from the 30s and 40s, and they had been to Vegas, and I have whole photos of them in Vegas, and with some of those old street signs that are neon signs that they've retired that are now in this museum called the Neon Museum. And I teared up thinking of them and Vegas and the songs. I mean, I could tear up right now thinking about it. That's how, I mean, my mom died in 2008, and this is 2025. And in seconds, I could be in tears. And hearing that music, I smiled and I swayed and listened to it. And I thought of how it was a big deal. They had Liberace music, and I can remember my dad listening to Liberace. And um, you know, music is just a powerful element. And then now to be used in a way that, oh, music is being sent to you by your dear departed. Well, if it's being sent to you by your dear departed, wouldn't it also be sent to you by people who you do not want to hear from again, people who you have bad memories with? Just the idea that some DJ somewhere is playing music because their hand just went to the song because you happen to be driving in a car somewhere, and you're going to be on the road for another couple minutes, and this dead person is trying to influence the DJ to put this song on right now because you're in the car. That whole idea is just silly. DJs don't put music on like that anymore. It's all programmed in. And then they have, they have what's it called? Algorithms and it's no. Plus, just this whole, well, I don't want to get off on a tangent, but that whole idea is just the silliest thing, that they send you music. Like if they could physically send you music, they send you signs. Well, signs are just life. We're just remembered. We remember the people around us. So, there's a picture of my mom and dad right there. For those of you who actually see on the screen, there's a picture of my mom and dad. So, you remember them. No one sent me that photo. Anyway, let's get back to the keys. This is very interesting. The keys, Matt. He wants to talk about the keys. And watch how these people scramble. These sisters scramble to make sense of this.
The safe deposit box? Oh, okay.
So that being said, he talks about like going out of his way to get these special keys made, and that he left you these special keys.
Well, I took his special Cadillac keychain when I cleaned out the house, and I'm protecting it for him.
What do you mean you're protecting it for him? So nobody else gets it?
Well, I don't want it to get thrown away. I want, maybe other people in the family don't care about the Cadillac keys.
I don't know if that's it. He's making me keep talking about special keys. And I feel...
The safety deposit? Yeah, we use.
Did you find those after his passing?
Wait, did you find it? Yeah. But he didn't open the box. Yeah, the box weren't open.
I have to let you know that when I'm connecting with your dad, I feel as though he made special keys, so there was replacement keys. There's something to do with replacement keys. Because I see when I'm connecting with him about having different sets. So I believe he's talking about that safety deposit box when I'm speaking to him, because your dad keeps saying to me, I was nervous that he was going to, kept saying to me, I was nervous he was going to lose the keys. And I feel like somebody else in the family has it or gave it to other people, because he keeps talking about having multiple keys of this.
Okay, it sounds like my husband.
Wait, no. I'm going to tell you what it is. The keys are labeled. So they're not labeled with a word on it. They're labeled by color. Did your dad used to put I don't even know what they're called. The little, you know how you can go to the store and you get little gel caps that go on the keys, like you can get red or blue.
Oh, yes, I know those. Yes.
Okay, did you find keys like that, or have keys with what's it called, the gels on them?
No.
With what?
With like, you know, like I'll show a little gel cap on the key. Just like a little colorful marker on the key that you just...
Marker, thank you, yes. The marker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whatever it is, I feel like your dad had those. So if you're looking for keys right now, and that's what he's like trying to find or trying to track down, that's going to be what it is, because your dad's showing me about, like, he said, he shows me he had a lot of keys. He shows me there was some were marked, and that's how he knew. They weren't written on. They were marked with colors. And he's bringing that through when I'm connecting with him.
I remember when we were cleaning out the house, there was boxes of keys, and I think kind of that we might have got rid of some keys. We probably got rid of the keys.
Oh, Jesus. All I know is that they meant something to your dad. I see that they were color-coded, like, okay, this one's like, he had little markers on them, like that, with colors, so that he knew what was which. But what I want...
Go ahead.
What I want you to know is this, is when I'm connecting to his soul, your dad is also funny because he used to hide things in different places. And even in the house.
That was what, 2 minutes hearing about keys? I mean, really? I kind of wonder, where do these psychics do, where do they get this? Now, when Mark Edward, my partner, used to perform, he would get this idea in his head before he was going to do a show. And he would say, if he was going to do a psychic show like what Matt's doing, of course, you know, he was a mentalist, not a medium, so it was all fake, and he knew it was fake, and people around him should have known Mark was fake. It's a magic trick. So what Mark would be like, he would see something in a book, or he would read, see something, and he would, an object or whatever, a little, I don't know, an item, like I'm looking out here, and I can see past me, I can see all sorts of things on shelves. I have a lot of bookshelves over here, and there's a candle holder. There's a little one of those games where you take the it's wooden, and you take a ball that's on a string, and you try to catch it in the string, the ball into the little thing. It's a little game. I see a little tiny mouse that the cats play with. I see a coffee cup. I see all kinds of little things over here. And I kind of get the idea, and Mark would use that in his act because it just came to mind, and it's just kind of a thing. And I kind of wonder if Matt does the same thing. Well, I'm sure he does. You just get this idea in your mind, oh, I'm going to, you know, he comes across some keys, and there's a little, like a color thing at the top. Do you guys remember how you do that? There's some people who organize their keys with a little color at it's a little plastic thing you stick on the top of it, and it just color codes the keys, you know, house or office or car or garage or whatever. And Matt just said, oh, I think this is going to come through tonight, you know, and it's just something he's going to talk about tonight and see who it is. But that's what Mark would do, and I assume that's probably what Matt's doing too. I've never heard him do keys before. It doesn't seem to be a very big hit, and it is taking a couple minutes for me to explain it and a couple minutes for him to explain it to these two. But most people don't throw away keys. I know I have a jar of keys that maybe they'll fit something. I've been in my house 20 something years, and I still have the keys. Whenever we moved in, I think we've changed locks and everything, of course, but I still have those keys. I mean, maybe they'll be using a craft project somewhere, or I don't know, something of sort. But people don't typically throw away keys. So she's the one who mentioned the Cadillac car and the little Cadillac emblem, and she's protecting it for him. And he's like, for protecting it for what reason? You know. Anyway, fascinating. Matt didn't come up with the Cadillac car, but I wouldn't be surprised if after this call was over, these women, these sisters say, Matt knew that Dad had a Cadillac, right? These recordings, they're probably never going to look, they don't have these recordings unless they recorded it themselves. Matt's not releasing it. So possibly they will never have anything. And maybe they'll find this channel. I doubt that. I'm not identifying them by name. And the only reason they would come looking at my videos on Psychics Explained is because they started to question. I doubt they would accidentally stumble across these, but you never know. We had it happen with Thomas John once. All right, back to the, what is it now? It's not the keys, it's the, oh, he's hiding things around the house. Well, so does
He shows me about like hiding like money, like hiding different things, and he keeps saying to me when I'm connecting, he goes, I should have told my daughters where everything was, but the truth was I forgot. He goes, I forgot half the things I had put away.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
So I gotta tell you, this is a double-edged sword. Oh my God, your dad showed me everything. When your loved ones get to the spirit world, their memory comes back, okay? And before your dad had died, he tells me he started to deal with a little bit of paranoia here in this world. And what I mean by that is that he tells me that his mind started to slip. His memory started to slip, his mind started to slip, and he keeps telling me about like hiding things, like purposely hiding things before he had died. So when I see that, I believe that that was always your dad's nature. Like he shows me like little envelopes that he would hide in certain places of the house, like that, you know, that no one would find, that he would come back to. But then when he had passed away, I also feel that because your dad was nervous, because here's what he keeps making me feel. So do you know if he was having memory issues before his passing?
He was not. He was not. It's our mother who has the memory issues. Yes.
Okay, it's not that. I feel like when I'm connecting with your father, he's talking about memory issues or paranoia. Because all I keep seeing is about him being nervous about things going missing or someone he keeps telling me a lot of people were coming in and out of the house and he was nervous. That's what he keeps telling me. So I don't know if they were contractors, who they were, but your dad keeps saying to me about, you know, what's it called? Hiding things out and not being able to get back to them. So I want you to know this one thing. He's stepping forward because your dad shows me that whatever you're looking for, whatever you're missing up is, you will find. He just said to me, be patient, because he says, I have everything in the house. It's not hidden like, you know, in the backyard or like dug in a hole. He keeps showing me like he would just put it like in the cabinet behind something. Like he shows me about keeping things away because he was nervous of foot traffic through the house. That's what he keeps telling me.
Does he know that I have boxes of his stuff, my parents' stuff, that we didn't throw away, and I haven't looked through it all? Is it something in there? Like, does he know that I have his stuff in my garage? You know, because my dad is like, his ashes are in my garage, like in my office. So does maybe
he knows, but basically what your dad is saying to you is basically saying, like, don't throw anything out. Make sure that you look through everything because there's things inside of things. That's what he's telling you. That he did not get back to here in this world and that he forgot was there. That's what he's telling me. So I want you to know that because it's your dad's way of saying, like, don't just go and throw the box out. Make sure you go through everything. And know that he is in spirit watching over you and that he did make it to the sign he is at peace.
Does he have to say anything about our mom?
Yeah, this is just excruciating. Can you believe having to watch this multiple times? So there are things inside of things. Don't throw everything. I mean, Matt. So he got it wrong. That didn't fit the personality of their father. He did not have dementia. He did not have paranoia. His memory was clear before he died. We can't see what's going on in these women's faces, but you can't see them doing this nodding thing. You see them just kind of really still, like they're thinking about it and trying to see how they can make it fit. Obviously, the house is sold. It has gone. I think that's clear because she says, I've got all of their belongings in a couple boxes in my garage. So Matt's making it sound like you can still go through the house and find the things because they're behind stuff in the building in the back or something like that. So he's making it sound like the house is still in their possession. But the daughter says that she has everything cleared out and that she hasn't gone through a few boxes. And again, why would somebody from the dead make this effort to come to finally get a chance to talk to his daughters? And he wants to talk about, make sure you go through everything. He doesn't even say what to look for. What is it to look for? I mean, the keys don't go to anything. They're just keys that he had put a plastic cover on the top of. And is there an extra will? Is there money? Is there stocks and bonds? Is there a private letter? Is there a confession to a murder? What is it that could be in those boxes or could be hidden away in the house? And he never says. He just says, there's things I put away and I forgot where I put them. And it doesn't even say it was important things. At first, Matt says, I was losing my mind a little bit and I was putting things in places. Well, yeah, my mom did that too. Uh, and my dad probably did too. Oh my gosh, some of the things, the little photographs inside I found a little plastic, um, like a pill bottle that had a photo put inside of it. And I'd never seen that photo anywhere else before. In My mom would put Christmas cards and money and all kinds of things amongst the dishes, the good dishes in the cupboard. Photographs and letters I'd see. It just, of course, nobody's going to just throw things out in mass. At least I sure hope not. Look through it first. But anyway, it doesn't really say what it is. So now the daughters want to hear from their mom because it's clear the mom has died also. They've told Matt, and now they're saying again, is there any messages from my mother? So we've got another minute and a half. Let's see what mom's got to say. This whole time it has been about dad and dad hiding things that aren't important and keys. So let's end this up.
Not right now, because he knows that the two of you. He tells me this. He tells me that your mom has always been in good care because of the two of you. So to your dad, you have to know that he trusted the two of you with everything, and for him to come through on the other side and show you he's without illness, it's his way of letting you know that you don't have to worry, because you stressed and worried not only just over your mom, but over him, over everybody in your family. And your dad is telling me, thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you for the way that you looked after me, thank you for the way that you looked after her, and for everything that you've done. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I love that. You know, that's how you can make, like, a lot of people ask me, how do I make my loved one come through? Like, how do I help my loved one to come through during an event? Well, it's connecting with their soul before you get here, right? The fact that you guys went and made dinner, and the fact that you were playing music and doing all these things before even coming on this live event helped his soul to step forward, because they love hearing from you even before you come to a medium like myself. So know that your dad heard you.
And I want to just share that I did a quick meditation beforehand, and I was telling him to come through, and he goes, I'll try, but the line, there's a lot of people in the line. I can't promise you, it's a big line. And then you said, when you got on, something about there's a big line of people.
But listen, the same way they connected with me, they're also trying to connect with you. Know it's your dad's way that I'm telling you that he heard you. I'm so happy that you guys did that. And I hope to meet you in person one day.
Yes, we do too.
I'm going to leave you with that. I also, at the same time, I want to go over to
Okay. And that is that. So very fascinating how this perpetuation of belief in an afterlife. I do not believe in an afterlife. I am an atheist. I don't believe that our there's a soul. I don't believe that there is anything out there that could be going to a next dimension or heaven or hell or anything like that. It would be really, really interesting if that was true, but I don't believe that. And I think that telling these people that, well, I guess they already believe it. Just telling these people that, you don't worry about your dad, he's fine. He's got his health back. I think it's infantizing people, because I really don't think that, trying to be careful how I say this, I really don't think that that's healthy for us to dwell on, even if we believed in life after death, dwelling on that kind of world where somebody could be at harm and that they are watching over us all the time. And it makes it difficult to move on to new relationships if somebody's watching you all the time. So I don't know. He came through to tell you he's fine. Well, if you believe in life after death, I guess there's heaven, there's hell, and there's purgatory if you believe in the Christian religions. So Matt has never said a negative thing. So most mediums in the world that I focus on are only going to say positive things. So it's just interesting. The video that I put out yesterday about Bob Nygaard, an interview with Bob Nygaard, you might want to check that out if you haven't already. He is focusing on a different world of psychics. And there are those people who say there's a curse on you. And those people are prosecuted because they are asking for money and jewelry and purses and cars and other things to remove the curse from you. So those people, it's negative, all negative. There's a giant curse on you, and your child will not get into heaven. He's in purgatory. He's being punished, and until you take the curse off of your money and your jewelry and that purse that you have and that car, I need to take possession of it and have it blessed in church. And then, of course, the object never comes back to you. And then that's when they could be prosecuted. And they are being prosecuted. So this is a different world where everything is sunshine and wonderful. So it's odd that there would be, depending on the kind of psychic medium you go to, you will either get only positive or you will get only negative. Very interesting, right? So to sum up with these two sisters, we assume there's only two sisters because they're here. And there was a long line. She's meditating beforehand, and her dad was telling her, so why are you seeking out Matt Fraser if dad was telling you that there was a long line? I don't get it, sister. Why are you paying? It's low pay. It's $27 to go to these. Why are you paying and waiting and meditating and spending a week eating applesauce and making dad's favorite food and listening to his favorite music when you could just meditate and then dad is speaking to you? I'm not quite sure. I guess they'd say that Matt is going to get more. He's going to get more than what they got, which is, I can walk now. I have some keys that I put colored little caps on top of. And don't throw everything away, because I hid stuff away and I don't even remember what it was I hid and where I hid it. But don't throw everything away until you looked at it. Wow. I think she probably could have figured that out herself. And the funny that she made the connection, because she says her dad said there's going to be a long line, so I don't know if I can come through. And then Matt uses that same phrase, that there is a long line of people here that want to be in touch. I'm telling you, this is top stuff. Anyway, okay, so your comments. Please leave me comments. The next reading we're going to do, I can see on my notes, is a really difficult one. Oh my gosh, you guys. When I thought about this later, and I was telling friends about watching all 11 of these readings, this next one is the one that I was like, oh, let me tell you this. Actually, there's a couple in here, but the one that's coming up next is going to be quite interesting. Well, I think they're all interesting for to watch. But anyway, so please leave me your comments, and I look forward to reading them.